Hey there guys, and welcome to the first video recording, Barachiel Thunderforge. I'm your host, Angel Azrael, and we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it. So let's see, we need to create a new character. Our name is going to be Azrael. Our farm name is going to be Styx, like the river Styx, and our favorite thing are going to be souls. So, those of you who don't know, the angel Azrael is in Judeo-Christian lore and also in Islamic lore is going to be the angel of death, but he's not like a bad guy. He doesn't kill people, he guides souls to the next life. So it's a lot like the boatman out of Greek mythology who ferries people across the river Styx, and hence the souls thing. So, let's see, how's our character looking? The hair and the skin look good, not crazy about the shirt. Let's see, oh, that's an alright shirt. And then, let's see, color, what color? I mean, hot pants are pretty cool. Yeah, let's do hot pants. I like hot pants. And we are going to be doing the standard farm on this playthrough, as opposed to the Four Corners farm, which was the new one just released in the latest update, or any of the other varieties of farm, because we are going to forge ourselves a high efficiency playthrough. So we're going to be looking for mechanics that we can use to really speed up our progress through the game, and we're going to be trying to play while hitting all of the milestones as quickly as we can without necessarily being a speed run. We don't want to put that kind of pressure on ourselves, but we want to play. We want to forge out this like really kind of refined playthrough, and so that's why we're going to go with this, our standard farm. And let's go ahead and get started. So even though I have watched the intro, many of you have probably watched the intro a number of times, we're going to go ahead and watch it. And it's for my very special grandson. I want you to have this sealed envelope. No, don't open it yet. Have patience. Now, listen close. There will come a day when you feel crushed by the burden of modern life. And your bright spirit will fade before a growing emptiness. When that happens, my boy, you'll be ready for this gift. Now, let Grandpa rest. XX years later. Jojoa, join us. Thrive. That sounds like the collective. Man. That guy has a killer hat. That hat, that's awesome. But here we are. This is us. And we looked crushed under the burden of modern life. Ooh. Even shudder under the burden of modern life. My goodness. That is awesome. That's an old style computer and mouse, for sure. 100%. It's like Windows 95, 98 era. That's what I grew up with, and I recognize that anywhere. Dear Azrael, if you're reading this, you must be in dire need of a change. The same thing happened to me long ago. I'd lost sight of what mattered most in my life, real connections with other people and nature. So I dropped everything and moved to the place I truly belong. I've enclosed the deed to that place, my pride and joy. Styx Farm. It's located in Stardew Valley on the southern coast. It's the perfect place to start your new life. This was my most precious gift of all, and now it's yours. I know you'll honor the family name, my boy. Good luck. Love, Grandpa. P.S. If Lewis is still alive, say hi to the old guy for me, will ya? Wow, that's slightly morbid, you know. If the old geezer's still alive, like if he hasn't kicked the bucket yet, you know, because I'm dead, so he might be dead. But, you know, if he's not, go ahead and say hi, you know. At least he didn't say, you know, I'll see him soon. That would have been terrible. That would have been really morbid. But, Stardew Valley. Half a mile. Here we come. This is going to be fun. I can tell. This is going to be a great endeavor. I'm really looking forward to this. I hope you guys are looking forward to spending time with me. Hello, you must be Azrael. I'm Robin, the local carpenter. Mayor Lewis sent me here to fetch you and show you the way to your new home. He's there right now, tidying things up for your arrival. The farm's right over here, if you'll follow me. This is Stick's farm. Yeah, it's a little overgrown. This is gonna take some work. What's the matter? Sure, it's a bit overgrown, but there's some good soil underneath that mess. See, Robin totally agrees with me. With a little dedication, you'll have it cleaned up in no time. My goodness. And here we are, your new home. It's Mayor Lewis. Lewis. Ah, the new farmer. Welcome. I'm Lewis, Mayor of Pelican Town. You know, everyone's been asking about you. It's not every day that someone new moves in. It's quite a big deal. Gotta put some gusto in, you know, when you read stuff. It's like not exciting otherwise. So, you're moving into your grandfather's old cottage. It's a good house, very rustic. If by rustic you mean like falling apart. Because, you know, see that little hole there, some dents, little hole there, you know. Rustic, that's one way to put it. Crusty might be a little more apt, though. Rude. Totally true. I'm going to agree with Mayor Lewis on this one. It was kind of a rude comment. Also funny, but rude. Don't listen to her, Azrael. She's just trying to make you dissatisfied so you buy one of her house upgrades. Humph. Anyway, you must be tired from your long journey. You should get some rest. Tomorrow, you ought to explore the town a bit and introduce yourself. The townspeople would appreciate that. Thanks for the advice, Mayor Lewis, but that's not really, not what we're gonna go for right away. Oh, I almost forgot. If you have anything to sell, just place it in this box here. I'll come by during the night to collect it. Well, good luck! So, day one. Here we go. We're going to start off with what will become our classic Stardew Valley ritual. But first we have to open this little starter present. You have received 15 parsnip seeds. Here's a little something to get you started. Mayor Lewis. And we have a journal entry. Introductions. It would be a nice gesture to introduce yourself around town. Some people might be anxious to meet the new farmer. And getting started. If you want to become a farmer, you have to start with the basics. Use your hoe to till the soil, then use the seed packet on the tilled soil to sow a crop. Water every day until the crop is ready for harvest. So, our Stardew Valley ritual, is going to be, we check the TV. We have 3 options, right? So the first one is the weather report, and it's going to tell us the weather forecast for tomorrow, which is a beautiful sunny day. Then we're going to check fortune teller, which is going to tell us our fortune. Then that is that the spirits are somewhat mildly perturbed today. Luck will not be on your side. So this is what we're going to call the -1 position. And then the last thing is we're going to check the third option, which is the variable, and it's going to change from day to day. Today it's living off the land, and it has tips for us. Sometimes it's Queen of Sauce, sometimes it's something else. It just kind of depends on each day. but usually it has helpful stuff. And today's is that chop wood and search for wild forage to earn some cash while waiting on your first harvest. Not bad advice, not bad advice. So that's gonna be our daily ritual in the morning, and we're gonna go ahead here and start off with clearing a little bit of space and getting those parsnips planted. So let's see. Whoop. So our goals today are going to be to get 40 parsnips in the ground, to get enough wood to make a chest, and to forage, and then to meet anyone that we run into along our way. Now, if we can get our foraging skill up to level 1, which is not there, it's here. So this is our 5-fold path: farming, mining, foraging, fishing, and combat. So if we can get this up to level 1 today, that would be super helpful, because it'll cause seeds to start dropping, and we like it when seeds drop. So also one of the first things you'll always want to do is turn this box on. Always show tool hit location. So that's going to help us a ton, because see, now this little red box has popped up, and it's going to make it so that we don't miss-swing our tool nearly as often, which can get really frustrating. Now, here's the first big kind of efficiency tip, is plant in donuts, right? So quality sprinklers, which we will gain access to in a later season, water in this shape, and then this also makes watering and counting easier. So like, for example, right now I have 5 8-spot donuts, which is 40 spots, which is exactly how many seeds I want to plant down. Now here's a second tip for y'all, which is when you're watering, go ahead and water before you put any seeds down. So most seeds, the graphic changes after they grow one day. Not all of them. There are a few that remain looking like seeds into the second day, but like parsnips, you'll see after we plant them tomorrow on spring 2, they're going to change the way they look. And it's just that first day, the coloring on the seeds I find is so close to the soil coloring that it can make it really difficult to keep track of what exactly you have watered. All right, now it's 9 a.m. We have plenty of energy left still, and we are going to start heading over to Pierre's general shop. But the first thing, and we are so lucky right now, is we're going to grab these 2 forage pieces, which are dandelion and a leek. And this is super good. Leeks are amazing. And they are also, I feel like, a little bit rarer. That may not like be 100% accurate, but at least for me, they are rarer, but they're really valuable. This is going to be our calendar. And it's going to have big events. Our first big one that we're going to be looking to coming up is going to be Mayor Lewis's birthday on the 7th. And then we have no help wanted quests posted today. So we're going to be trying to check that as often as possible. Every time we come by in town, we're definitely going to check that board. This is Gus. We're going to go ahead and say hello and meet him. I'm getting some supplies for the saloon. Pierre's got good stuff. And he's just going to say the same thing. Sometimes when you talk to our fellow villagers in Stardew, they have multiple things they can say. So just always click on them a few times, find out if they have multiple dialogues. Not everyone does. Mayor Lewis told me you just arrived. I'm Marnie. I sell livestock and animal care products at my ranch. You should swing by sometime. See, there you go. Perfect example. Pierre. Hey, it's Mr. Azrael, the new farmer. I'm Pierre, owner of the local general store. If you're looking for seeds, my shop is the place to go. I'll also buy produce from you for a good price. A little agriculture could really inject new life into the local economy. You know, you're probably right, Pierre. Now, here's another thing that you can do. If you hold down Shift and click, you'll see you buy 5 seeds. Now, if you hold down Shift and left click and right click, you buy in multiples of 5. So a little bit later, when we have more money and we're buying really high volumes of seeds, that's going to be a useful trick. And I'll try and remember to mention it again then. Now, we're going to pop back over. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. I love the music. It's really catchy. All right. So let's go ahead and drop these parsnips into the ground. And parsnips are actually a pretty cool seed. Parsnips are a Eurasian seed, and they were cultivated from the time of antiquity forward. And actually, we know this because the Romans kept records. And so one of the Roman emperors, Tiberius, actually accepted tribute from the Germanic tribes, which is what would eventually become Germany, right, modern day Germany, in the form of parsnips. It is interesting to note that there is some technical difficulty in the translation because parsnips and carrots are the same word in Roman Latin. So it can make that a little bit difficult to tell them apart. But we, and by we I mean historians, know that parsnips were definitely cultivated. Like, it was not just carrots, it was also 100% definitely parsnips. So that's pretty cool. Right, parsnips have been grown for a long time. Another cool thing about parsnips is that when parsnips freeze, ooh, we have a little bit too much going on here. Let's see, let's go ahead. Oh, I don't really want to eat the leek yet. Let's go ahead and hold on to it. What? So this is a bit of a tricky situation. I didn't really want to do this right away, but it looks like I am. So I was trying to clear a path there down to the south part of our farm so that we can get out into Cindersnap Forest, because there is something we need to go check on in Cindersnap Forest, but it looks like I have too many items. So I had to eat the leek so I could gain some more energy, so I could chop down another tree and pick up a chest. Now, if you didn't have a leek, then you would want to do what I'm about to do first, which is go down into Cindersnap Forest and pick up some spring onions and use those to replenish your energy. But that's okay. So we picked up a mixed seed, which is actually great for us. Mixed seeds are like free money, essentially, until we find enough of our wild forage. Look, a wild horseradish, to get spring seeds going. So this is Cindersnap Forest. If you are not familiar with the actual name of it, that's like the canon name in the game. And we're just gonna swing our scythe around. Swinging your scythe around takes no energy. So if you're walking past grass and you have your scythe on you, you should be scything the grass. Like, that is a definite must-do, especially in the early game. It's Haley, so she's too involved with her camera to notice us, but we do get credit for meeting her by talking to her like that. So here we go. So this is where spring onions grow. And right now, there's one, because I have crummy luck. We picked up a second horseradish. So spring onions are an exception in foraging rules, because they pop up every day, and they're generated. But outside of spring onions, salmonberries, and blackberries, which are kind of like these exceptions, your forageable items reset at the end of the week, right? So like Saturday night when you go to bed, they reset. Sunday when you get up, it's all new forageables. Anything there is gone and it's reset. And then every day there's a chance to spawn new forageables, and any area can hold up to 4 forageables. So we've already found 2 here, and like I said before, spring onions are an exception, so they don't count towards that limit. But we found 2 of our spring forageables so far, and we're just here scything grass and seeing if we can find some mixed seeds and if we can find any other spring forageables. So, Whoop. And it looks like hopefully we can walk away with like at least 8 of these mixed seeds, and maybe we'll find another spring forage bowl, and maybe we won't, but either way, we are doing pretty good, I think. I really do. I think we're doing pretty well. So, I know day 1 probably is not super interesting, but it is really, really important in the scheme of things, because this kind of sets us up for that first week, and like it is amazing to me, at least, how significant the effect that this first week can have on your game. Hey, look, it's another horseradish. Woo! Nice. More forageables. We like forageables. And we're picking up this stuff. So this is fiber. It is a resource. And we are trying to pick up lots of it. It's really, really useful. So early on, it's going to be super useful for making scarecrows. And then a little bit later on, it's going to be really, really useful in making tree fertilizer. And that, let me tell you, is big. So come towards the end of year 1 or the beginning of year 2, having tree fertilizer makes a huge difference. There we go. And we're not going to worry about knocking out those little seedlings at the moment. So go ahead, swing your scythe around. Don't worry about taking them out. Those are trees growing, and they are just in the early stage of tree growth. And actually, if we can take them out, that's possibly a little bit better, I think, because it just frees up more tiles for these guys to spawn, which are the first stage. And if you hit them in that stage, when they pop up, they will pop up as seeds. But we actually don't have the ability to get any seeds yet because our foraging level is not high enough, and it's still at 0, which is okay. I kind of expected that to happen, especially since we didn't hardly find any spring onions today. So, but we're going to go ahead and drop. Ooh, are we going to make it? We're going to drop our wild seeds in. Excellent. There we go. And then we're going to see if we can do a quick run and get over to the beach and back before it hits midnight. So when it hits midnight, going to bed, you start losing energy regain. And then if you go to bed, the latest you can possibly go to bed is 1:50 a.m. And you will only regain like 50%, I think it is, of your energy. And then if you pass out, your energy is supposed to just be the same as whatever it was. And so that's really bad. And we want to avoid that. But that penalty builds up really, really quick. Hey, we got some clams. Excellent. This stuff, the clams, we are not going to have any like major use for here. So we are going to go ahead and sell them right away. If we find coral, we will have a use for that in year 1. And we do want to stockpile that a little bit, so we won't sell any coral that we find. But clams are fine, as are mussels. And there are a few other forageables on the beach that we will sell for some extra cash if we find them. But we are just about done. We have almost no energy left. We can take about 2 more swings, which is actually quasi-perfect because we can take those 2 things out. And that looks pretty nice. So we are going to go ahead and end spring 1 here. I think we had a really good day. We got a lot done. And we've crafted, we forged, we smithed, I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell, but I think I really like forged. I think I'm going to stick with that from now on. We forged an excellent play for day 1. And I will catch you guys on the flip side, spring 2. Don't forget to relax. Don't forget to be awesome. What's that? I'm trying to remember. There's a YouTuber who says that. I think it might be John Green. Says, don't forget to be awesome. I like it. So guys, don't forget to be awesome. Catch you on spring 2. See you then.